Hi guys, it's Nige at Lock and Key Independent Estate Agents, and I hope you're all well. And just look at this Indian summer we're having. Got to say, we've had some amazing weather this week, and I'm really excited to be down in Shore today. And just here, just behind me, is a beautiful detached 3-bedroom bungalow. And we all know what the village of Shore and what it offers with the amenities and the road links, the little school, and that you can get to Whitley and Melksham within a convenient distance. But this one here is offered with no chain, guys, and they're not on the market for long. Bungalows are not built anymore, as you know, and it's got oodles of parking. It's got the garage, it's got a conservatory, and a decent width at the back for the garden. Plus, you can do something with it. You could go up in the roof. But look, what I'm going to do, we're going to turn this camera around, and you know how my tours work. We're just going to explore the area. We'll talk about the amenities and what's close by. And then what we should do, we should head on inside, explore this property, this detached property with no chain, have a decent look around, and I can show you all the positive attributes with it, and then we'll take it from there. And here we go, guys. This is the property, 68D Shore Hill. Lovely attractive elevations, nice pitch to the roof. There's the garage that just comes out. And just look at all the parking that's available to this property. We mentioned that they're not on the market for long. They're not. This one is set back off the road, so we're just going to go out to the road so you can just see where it's positioned. There is going to be some road noise, as you would imagine with a village. And as we just look beyond there, if you continue down this road there, if you turn left, that will just take you past the church. There's a little cute school that will then go up to Whitley Golf Club. There's a little post office. There's the old pear tree pub up there, and that will also continue along into Corsham as well. Further along this road, if you continued up, that will then take you into Atworth. There's a decent Italian up there. There's a garden centre, and of course beyond Atworth, you've got the schools, you've got the church again, and pubs, and of course beyond there again, you've got Bath, which is basically on your doorstep. You know, you're 10-15 minute drive away from Bath itself. Here you can see the opening to it, and there you can see all the ample parking. It's got so much parking for numerous vehicles, guys. So what we should do, let's head on in this way and have a decent look around at this property. And as promised, guys, let's just spin this camera around and start exploring the boundaries and what it's got to offer. You can see how much parking we've got there. You could put a camper van there, vehicle, you can see my car, and then you can see that there's plenty of space there also for further vehicles. I'm just going to bring the camera into the corner of the property. I love the alcove there. I'm not sure the age of these properties either. Some of them are built in the 50s, some are built in the 70s, but they don't build bungalows anymore. They stopped doing that because developers made more profit. And what a shame, because these bungalows are so sought after. But look at all this land that you've got available to you. Now guys, you know, with this property, there is no chain. That's going to be a major factor. We're going to have a lot of interest in this bungalow. So if you are interested, you know this market's very fluid. Please get in touch with me straight away. You know it's Nige at Lock and Key. And look at that sun as it beating down on those elevations there. It's a very attractive, detached bungalow. Just want to walk along the side. You can see that there's some mature hedge in here. There's your garage. I just want to take you down to the side of this property. And then further beyond this property, there's a side access to a door that will take you into the garage and inner passage to the kitchen. Further on, that will take you to the rear garden. You can see there's some fencing here. There's some attention that needs to be put to these fencing as well. A couple of these pillars will need to be propped up properly. They've got them at wiring at the moment, so I think you just need to look at that. And this is the reason why we do these tours, guys, because it's there to demonstrate the possibilities. But we get a lot of compliments with these tours because we'll also point out things that you'll need to look at before you go and do the viewing. And that's essential because it helps you make the right decisions before you get there. There's no secrets with Lock and Key. We want to show it off at its best light, but also be able to provide the information that you need as well. So without further ado, as they say, let's go ahead under there and take a decent look around. So here we are as we're walking in. Love that little canopy storm porch. Lovely semicircular, built-in, step into, double glazed door. What we're going to do, we're going to head on in have a decent look around. So I'm just going to close the door behind me. And you know, with my tours now, I've walked to the end and I'm just going to flip this camera around because I want to show you the space and the expanse of space we've got in these hallways and the rooms that come off. There's your door that I came into, a radiator there, then it brings itself, we bring ourselves back up, and then we've got doors off each room. And of course you can have bedrooms, you can have, you know, separate loos, bedroom, shower room, dining room, bedroom, whatever, you know, it's all here. So while we're here, I want to just cover off some of the basics. There's a loft hatch there. There is a loft ladder that pulls down. I think I've been told it's boarded through the middle of the loft, and there is a light. There's no power in there, but there is a light. Open up this door while we're here, and of course you can see cylinder, bit of linen shelving, blah de blah. Let's close this up. And while we're here, why don't we take a view, go in this way, and go straight into this lovely lit living room. You can see that natural light. These curtains, by the way, these blinds are drawn, so actually there's more light coming in, so it's a very well lit room. Little electric fireplace there. Plenty of freestanding areas. You can see there's recesses into that walling. I love that because you can make shelving units. That's perfect. Or you can build into these walls as well, which is quite good. And with this property, it's not finished. You know, it's not the finished article. It's a great position, great plot. It's got all the ticks that you'd expect, but there's some finishing off needing to be done. And what I mean by that, it needs some work. It just needs some modernising. So maybe the carpets will need replacing. You'll replace the curtains and stuff like that. The kitchen will need modernising as well. It's fully functional, but it's just a bit dated in places. So something that's great for you to put your own mark in. And we're also going to talk about the potential this property has to extend as well. So as we're in the living room, let's just focus on this for now. Just turn this camera around, just so I can show you all the different aspects of the room, which I think are quite important. And where we're going to do now, I'm going to just head through that door. Just going to turn this camera around one more time. And that just gives you a nice elevation, nice aspect of this room and the size of it with all the space for your sofas and bits and pieces. Turn the camera back on myself. And yep, you guessed it, this is the kitchen diner. And you can see room there for your table and chairs, plenty of room. It is dated, guys. Kitchens are self-explanatory, aren't they? You're going to have base units, you're going to have eye-level cupboards, windows, door there that will take you into the conservatory, which will cover off, 4-ring hob, oven, extractor hood over. But a nice sized room this. I can see this room being developed into something, and that just takes a little bit of imagination, but it does need a bit of modernising here and there. Pop the camera through this double glazed window. This starts to give you a little sneak preview just of a side angle of that garden. Got a patio there, but we'll have a decent look around. And one area I do want to show you in a minute is through there, which is an inner passage. But there's the kitchen for you guys. This needs changing. I'm just going to pull this door too, because you can see there's quite a dated boiler. Boiler works, it's functional, does the job, but people will modernise things, and I think that's where you'll look at kitchen area, boiler especially. Come back out on yourself. I'm just going to turn this camera around one more time. Obviously you've got some plumbing for washing machine or dishwasher if you need to use it. Come back out on yourself, and then you can see there's this inner passage. Again, you can see plumbing for washing machine, some shelving in there. It's quite a decent passage actually. There's a double glazed door too. Obviously that will then take you, if I pop the camera back out there, that's to the front that we came and had a look at. That takes you to the side. So as we're here, let's just open this up. And this will take you into the garage. So a decent concrete garage, quite long. Bit of power in there, but very functional, metal up over door. You could, at a later stage, and we'll talk about that in a minute, we mentioned the roof. We mentioned the roof coming back from the hallway, which we'll walk into in a minute. You could, from the hallway, find ways to go back into this roof, extend the property so it becomes a chalet style property. Could put an ensuite up there, a big bedroom, or something. So it is an extendable property, this. That's what I love about bungalows. You can do so much more with bungalows, especially if you've got a decent plot as well. And then bungalows in a village, just a big tick all the way, you know, they're just so sought after. So just to finish off where we are at the moment, I just want to come out through here, opening doors into this pretty conservatory. Bit of tiled flooring there, double glazed construction, decent conservatory this. And just remember guys, because you might not notice on the pictures, there's a bit more to this bungalow, it's wide. So all this trellising gets in the way from the rear photos. So there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. Just like Lock and Key estate agents, we do a lot more than people think sometimes. But we absolutely love what we do, and it's to show off properties, to get the best price and to work for our clients. It means a lot to me, and everything that I do personally as well for all my clients. So there's your sunny garden at the back. We'll have a decent look at the moment, but you can see this is a decent sized conservatory. Very, very decent and certainly worth having. Just pan that camera back around and then we go. So coming back through to the kitchen, just to recap, there's your kitchen diner, inner passage, side door to the side, door to the garage, back through here into your big living room. And what we're going to do, we're just going to start to explore the rooms of this dining room. And I meant we're just going to explore the rooms of this living room back into this hallway. So here we have it. So we're going to come into one of the bedrooms. These aren't numbered in any way, but this is a bedroom. You can see it's a double radiator that goes along the window. And if I open up this, I'm just going to pull these curtains, these blinds too. You can have a look again at that plot and see how well the property is set back. So there is road noise when you're out in that front garden. Of course you're going to get that because there's a road, but you're set back from the road. Inside is a different matter. You don't really hear that much at all. Decent double. Come back out on yourself again. And that's one of the bedrooms that we could call a double bedroom for now. Come back out on yourself. And here you can see there's a separate WC. I love those. You know, the fact that you've got a separate WC to the bathroom, I think are really convenient. But there's your double glazed window to that side. Low level WC. Obviously you've got a pedestal wash and basin or little wash and basin in there. And there's your radiator. So quite a decent room. Come back out on yourself. I just want to show off the space that you've got around these landing areas. Remember, you can go up into that roof. That's an option. You can go from one of the bedrooms. Just think about that. If that's your cup of tea and you want to extend something, well, you can do that here. It lends itself very nicely to do that. Second double bedroom coming in off that hallway. You see there's plenty of areas there for freestanding. There's a little small single bed there, but you could put a double in there quite comfortably. Radiator. There's that double glazed window we spoke about, which is double glazed throughout. And then look at this side bit to this garden, which you will not see from my photos. If you have a look at my photos, this bit's missing. Well, it's not missing, it's just camouflaged up because you've got some mature trees and hedging there, and some trellising. But there is a garden there with a shed, and there's a small pond, which is just about in there, which we'll look at in a minute. You could get that could get covered up, but it's a tiny pond. It's not very big at all. But I just wanted to point it out. It is there. So, like I said, plenty of room there, smallish type of double, as one would expect. Come back out and turn left again. And then we'll go into the bathroom where you can see there's some tiling. They've created this into a shower. I think more and more people are making these into shower rooms now. They don't want a bath, they don't want to hiccup their leg, they're not in there long enough. They just want to be on the go all the time. So there's your shower cubicle. Obviously there's a shower in there, which you can see to the side, low level WC, wash and basin, ladder style radiator, and then tile boarding throughout. And there's your obscure double glazed window as well. So everything is self-explanatory. And up there, that's where your extractor fan would go. Come back out. And of course, last but not least, let's call this bedroom 3. They've created it into a dining room. But again, you could fit a bed in there quite easily. There's some freestanding areas there, radiator there, and then obviously that just goes out to that conservatory. I'm going to pop the camera back through there so you can just see that. This is a decent conservatory. And here's my thought, if you wanted to go upstairs. You could also, if I bang on this wall, I know it's a solid wall, that could go into that kitchen. So not only have you got a kitchen diner, you could make that into a showpiece kitchen and make that slightly bigger if you wanted to. Put the RSJ across there and really open it up and have that something special, that je ne sais quoi, which every property should have. This lends itself perfectly for that. So that covers the tour, guys, so far, you know, inside the property. To recap, entrance hall, bedroom, WC, another bedroom too, loft, you could do some extension around here, shower, bedroom, could be knocked through, dining room that is at the moment, could be knocked through to the kitchen. And then from here, you come through here, you've got a lovely living room, into your kitchen diner, into that lovely conservatory, and there's that side little passage there that takes you in to the rear, into the personal door, into that garage. So look guys, I hope you've enjoyed this tour so far. I hope it's been informative enough for you. I absolutely love this property. Why don't we go outside? Let's have a look around at that rear garden, show off all the attributes of the rear garden, and then we'll have a decent look around just to finish things off outside. So here we go, as we're walking through the kitchen again. Remember I mentioned you could knock through that wall if you wanted to. That takes you into that dining room. Just an idea. Come through the kitchen, doors. Let's get outside and have a good look around. And I'm just going to let the camera do the talking for a minute. Very, very well enclosed. Little cute seating that you could create along here. Nice timber fencing, mature hedging. I love the hedging because it gives you that privacy. It makes it look mature. Nice big patio, of course, that comes across here. And there's still some garden, you know, some shingling there or some gravelling there with some stones and pebbles. Little seating area in there, which I think is quite cute. And you can light that up in winter. That would look absolutely attractive. And then these are the elevations that we talked about. You could put something up there into that roof. Now, we talked about that trellising. You can see that the bungalow actually goes a bit further. So let's just walk along here a minute. Show off the little circular stone features and things. There's the trellising that we spoke about. And there's just that bit in there that you might not be able to pick up. Before I do that, just turn the camera around this way as well. It's always good to show the depth of a property and the width. I think that's very important. There's that trellising again that we spoke about, guys. And this would have been overgrown a week or two ago. The family have started to clear this away. So there's a shed. Turn it around. And then, like I said, there's just a little bit more to this garden, which is good. You could, I suppose, make another little entrance in there. It's quite slight. I wouldn't personally. I think there's enough to the side there. And there's the pond that we spoke about earlier, which again, you could fill in. It's not the biggest pond, but there is a pond there. So I just wanted to point that out to you. In case you've got small children or you're worried about the pond, that would need to be covered up if you didn't want it. And that, in a nutshell, guys, is this property up at Shaw Hill. Any questions, it's Nigel at Lock and Key Independent Estate Agents on 01225 707 342. It's not going to be on the market long, guys, so please get in touch. You know this market's very fluid. I will try to get everybody I can in to see the property. I think it's the only fairest way to do it. And if you are interested, you must get hold of me straight away. Put down your interest and we'll take it from there. But if there's any queries or any questions on this property, get in touch. It's Nigel again at Lock and Key on 707 342. Have a fabulous weekend, guys, and I'll catch up with you later. Thank you.